Sister Talos Rise, singing, bigging up Island Thunder.
No, this isn't it.
Striking everybody.
God damn, I'm bugging out. All right, hold on. This is not. He just emailed it to me. Taurus Riley. Taurus Riley. Good morning, everybody. How we doing? Trying to find my favorite song. Oh, this is killing me. Okay. Hell of a night, hell of a week. I must be no good at this leverage thing. I think the one thing that makes me feel better is I'm a drop in the bucket. There was $250 million worth of leveraged positions liquidated. That was yesterday. So imagine what happened last night, because Bitcoin went under 20K and it dipped hard. It dipped fast. And now we're back over 20K. In fact, if you watched Matic went down to like 95 cents. And then just this morning shot to $1.03, like touched $1.03, and now it's back down at $1.01. I can't watch anymore. I can't do the leverage anymore. I'm gonna take it easy, but I'm glad Bach is here. You got some splaining to do. I did some math this morning because I'm trying to get ready for this Fulcrum Finance ICO. We got 3 days. Hold on. I still haven't played any music. We've got 3 days until this ICO. And I'm doing too many things at once. You got to get $250 worth of whatchamacallit. So building it up slowly. And then I'm like, wait a second. Isn't my Bach and Mock stake coming out soon? Maybe I can put that into Fulcrum. And then I look at the numbers. How is it that the Bach unstake is like exactly 12 hours before the Fulcrum ICO? Maybe there is a cabal. Maybe there is. Maybe Bach is a CDC plant. Maybe he's just been here stirring the pot, working for the man the whole time. You're all suspect. Hey, look at this crowd, though. It's good to see troops in here. I was checking out their morning space. I don't know if y'all noticed, but for a second, it shot up to like 75 listeners. Did anybody notice that? It happens in here sometimes, too. It'll shoot to like 100 listeners and then back down to 60. What are these 40 like Shirley Low bots that just roam the spaces together? It's like a pack of Shirley Lows. What do you call a pack of Shirley Lows? Whatever happened to Shirley Low? We used to talk about her every single day in here.
I don't know.
You haven't heard her name in months.
I did notice that, Spike, and that sounds like a fucking awesome Netflix documentary. In 10 years' time, it'll look back on whatever happened to crypto, and it's just going to be called Whatever Happened to Shirley Low. I love it.
Seriously, you could track a lot of things following her.
Yeah, morning. That was cool. Yeah, we just did. It's the first week I think I've actually managed to do it on time. So we did an hour sort of just kicking and chilling and talking before Coffee and Cro. It was cool. But
nice vibes in there.
Bat came, yeah, it was nice vibes. The first, you'll need to listen to the first 5-10 minutes. Bat came in with a whole bunch of, he wanted to talk about ITK and what he's been doing and a whole other thing. So he's on one today. So he's coming in here hot. So here he is. Here he comes.
I thought ITK would have calmed down by now, but nope. He's on it again today. He's like,
he's on a tear.
My accent isn't ready, or else I'd do it. But he's like, he wants everybody to read the comments from yesterday. It's like, chill, bro. Breathe, homie. Take a break. Someone's fired up when they're like, go see my tweet from yesterday and read all the comments. These guys are morons.
And the thing I don't the
That was
thing
us
that
in the
yeah, the thing
comments.
I don't really fully get, because I know ITK well enough, I think, and I agree with a lot of his stance on kind of decentralization and the man, and why Crypto.com asking for all these details. But I'm surprised he's getting so fired up about it, given that it's Crypto.com that's asking him for these details. Like, he knows it's a centralized organization, so it's doing exactly all the things that he talks about why he doesn't love it. So just be like, okay, that's expected of Crypto.com because they're a centralized organization. So I don't know what's said. There must be more to it as to why he's getting so fired up, I guess.
Yeah, I can't put my finger on it, but this isn't the first time either. Like, he continues to get very, very emotional
Yeah.
about this CDC stuff, and it's like, we gotta, obviously everything we do is tied to crypto.com. Like, we're not taking any of that for granted,
Right.
but we keep them at as much of an arm's distance as we can, because we're focused on what we're doing here. And that's what I liked about your spaces. You guys were talking about, what we can do. What are we doing?
Well, that's it, right? I mean, I've always been of that nature. I know people are here, and I don't ever like to try and downplay it, because I know people are here with a lot of money, like putting a lot at stake, and it's tricky. It can be, for those people, it's a rough ride, and so yeah, I'm here, like I always have been here, to build on the blockchain as somebody who likes technology. Um, and so if I can offer a space where that kind of tries to lighten that load a little bit, having just a PFP community kind of project that's fun and engaging, keeps the blockchain interactions going, and has a bit of engagement, then great. That's my job here. I feel like that's my role. I'm not going to get I'm not going to fud any tokens or coins or get too involved. Like, Crypto.com.
Oh, come on, let's fud a couple.
Well, I mean, we will when there's a need to, like TNR, for example. But there's, Crypto.com will be Crypto.com, and who knows? We don't have a huge amount of control on what's going to happen on, the market, the government, centralized bank, digital currencies, how crypto is going to react to that. None of those things, they're kind of out with our control. And I don't like to be that guy saying, well, we can't do anything about it. We are doing something about it. We're here, and we're keeping the real side of crypto alive, the DeFi side, and we'll keep that voice alive until we need to be louder, I guess.
Hey troops, I had the similar situation. I've seen that ITK screenshot before, and Gemini actually sent my stepfather the same request, but only after he started moving hundreds of thousands of dollars in and out of Gemini, because he sold a house and then
And
he's like,
this
I'm just
was in
going to
the
put all the
US.
profit. Yeah, in the US. He sold a house and put all the profit in Gemini. Then the next email they said was, dude, prove you are who you are, and that we need to see like the receipt from the house, and like we're not just going to take your money without you saying it. So I suspect that ITK would have not got that message if he hadn't have flipped the house on on crypto.com. If he had kept his withdrawals to a couple $1,000s, it might have gone under the radar. But I don't know for sure, but I think if you start pushing hundreds of thousands through there, they've asked that question, and
Yeah, well,
they
I don't know
even
if
want like the
ITK is
tax returns.
foreign or if this was region specific, because I thought this was it
Oh,
looked like this went out to everybody in the UK.
it might have been everybody. Well, Gemini asked rich people in America the same question. I know that. That's all.
Yeah,
So,
I think that sounds like a reasonable thing. And so he's in Ireland, so Southern Ireland, which is actually classed as part of Europe, not part of UK. So I didn't get any message like that from CDC. I wouldn't be giving them the information if they did ask it. I don't think, although it depends on the context. I wouldn't necessarily care too much. It depends on the context. But like you say, if you are shifting a lot through it, then maybe that's the reason. Who knows? But
Yeah, and I
it's,
appreciate the correction, because check the tapes. I have said this clearly. I fuck it up every time. I cannot tell
because
you
it's the
the
most
difference
confusing
between
thing.
the UK, Great Britain, England. Like, there's too many little Venn diagrams of those islands, bro.
Yeah,
Like, what is
and it's
what?
changing, a lot. I mean, the super simplest way is Scotland, England, Wales, and a part of Ireland. Let's not get confused with Northern Ireland. Some Irish person will come up and correct me, but like a bit of Ireland to make it easy for you guys. That they make up the United Kingdom, Great Britain, the United Kingdom of Great Britain. It's the same thing. That's what
Oh,
it
all
is.
right. Then that's where I'm getting fucked up. So UK and Great Britain means the same thing.
Absolutely. Yep. It's the United.
Awesome.
It's the United. Those nations are united as the United Kingdom of Great Britain. Where the difference is that part of Southern Ireland, which kind of broke off as their own independent place, is actually part of Europe. They broke away from the United Kingdom, and they're independent country that are part of the European Union, which is what the UK decided to come out of.
Is that since
Ta-da.
Brexit, or is that
Exactly. So, well, they
okay?
did it before. They did it before, and then the whole UK was also trying to. Well, we'll come out of Europe as well. It was a disaster. But anyway,
Gotcha.
we don't want to get into that stuff. But
No, but I do hope everybody learned something this morning, because I did, and that's a great way to start the day. I hope everybody got their coffee. I hope you guys are picking up Crow. Some of y'all got it at 5.9. I know it dipped for a second. So
I can also tell you
good for
already.
y'all.
Sorry to butt in, but I can tell CJ's coming up here because he's heard me ranting about Europe and Scotland and the UK lots of times. He's coming
Fired
up
up
here
the
to
troops.
yeah, he's coming up here to wind me up about it. I can almost
That's a
guarantee
good
it.
looking chimp, bro. It's got the bone necklace and the angry chain and the fucking army helmet. What's up, CJ?
Nah, he's lost his tongue. I put him on the spot and he's lost
Oh well, he's got a mouthful. And we
Yeah.
got New America up here. What's cracking? TNA, not to be confused with TNR. That shit was a rug, if I'm not
You know what, Alpha?
mistaken. What?
This whole thing is a scam.
Fuck off, Bach. Yeah,
This is what
bitch
this is
ass.
this is what he came into MySpace this morning and said. That's what he came in and said.
The whole
You think because you
system
got a
is
bored
scam.
ape, you can come in here and talk that shit? Get out of here.
You know, I'll tell you why, Alpha. The whole thing is a scam.
What?
You know, we're seeing the writings on the walls here.
And can you
Alpha.
tell us what you're talking about is a scam first and foremost?
What do you mean? What's this? The whole Matrix, the whole world. Like,
Okay,
look at your
listen,
wall.
Andrew Tate, just calm down. What what part of the Matrix? Like, are we talking crypto?
Look, the
It's a
banking
scam.
system. You should be. Look, I was telling people yesterday, take your money off the banks. You know, it's no more about the exchanges. It's take your money out of the banks.
That's why we're here, Bach. That's why I got into crypto. Because and this is no bullshit. I'm tired of, and I've been tired of overdraft fees. They made that up
Alpha,
during my lifetime.
I don't understand
I'm tired
how
of
a bank.
fucking bullshit
I don't understand.
companies being able to swoop in and tell the bank, "Oh yeah, he owes us money," and they just take it.
I just don't understand how a bank can go out of business. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It seems like the simplest.
They
business
voluntarily shut
ever.
their doors, Bach. I think it smells fishier than you. If you look into the
fishy?
Silvergate thing, they say it very clearly says Silvergate voluntarily shuttered their doors and liquidated their assets.
You see,
What
people just keep cyberbullying Bach like this. Like, this is not cool, Alpha. Like, I don't smell like a fish.
You say that every day.
I shower every fucking day. Alpha.
Yeah,
I brush
and you're
my
in
teeth.
here every day,
I
stinking
floss.
up my goddamn space, Bach. These guys,
look. Let me
come
explain
here.
to you
They
what's
pay
really
good
going
money
on.
for this show, Bach, and we're gonna give them.
Let me explain to you what's really going on, Alpha.
Jazz hands, baby. Let's see them. Go ahead. Sorry.
So look. We can't trust the banks,
There it is,
right?
troops. There's my fucking.
We can't trust the banks, right? Like, we're seeing two banks, Alpha, two U.S. banks. You know, I tell you, the last time that a bank failed was 3 years ago.
Just to be clear, Bach, these are two banks nobody had fucking heard of until crypto crashed.
I've heard of Silicon Valley Bank. That's a pretty popular bank.
Oh,
It's like the Bored Apes of banks, Alpha. Like, it's very limited. You need millions of dollars to join in. You know,
sounds like your kind of club, Bach.
Well, there you go. That's why it's crashed, then, idiot. You know, it's called Silicon Valley Bank. It sounds like a made-up thing from fucking Grand Theft Auto, and you're saying it's the thing that millions of people with millions.
No. It's literally like the minimum deposit.
To
even open up the deposits, it's not like a consumer bank where you just need like $10 or something. You need like $100K minimum.
Yeah, it's a sketchball bank. Like, you're
Sketchball.
either taking everybody's money or you're.
No, this bank has been in business for 40 years, Alpha.
4?
It's
Did you say 4?
financed
He said
Did you say
4.
40
4?
years.
Oh,
40.
40.
4 decades.
Shit.
You
I was
gotta
thinking, fucking hell.
enunciate,
I've
motherfucker.
got shirts older than that. I was thinking, oh my God, 4 years.
I know.
40 years. You know,
Right, okay.
So this bank has been around for a long time. You know, it knows what it's doing. What I just don't understand, it's like,
Hey, Bach, I've been around 40 years. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Well, what's the real story, right? Because banks, there are a lot of banks. Even here in Scotland, there's been a couple of banks, Clydesdale Bank, a few others that were around for many, many, many years. And they ended up closing their doors because they didn't progress. They didn't transform with the times. They didn't move with the new products. There's a lot of things in finance, as you know. So there's like, what are we talking about here? I mean,
wait,
I hate
did I
banks,
just rug? Alpha,
but
did you say something?
Oi, lads, look who it is down there. Fucking ITK, get up here, boy. Come talk that talk. I'm sending him the invite. I was scrolling. I don't usually scroll, but I was scrolling because nobody laughed at my fucking joke about being old. And I was like, tough crowd. So I got all the way down to the bottom to see if I got one fucking emoji. And there, look who's down there.
So
with
Alpha,
Crowlin.
you're
ITK and Crowlin down at the bottom.
Alpha, so you said that you're buying Cro today?
If I had any money, Bach, I got liquidated again.
Hmm.
Oh, I am
come on,
done.
ITK. Come on up.
I'm
I've been
done.
defending your position here all morning here, ITK. Come on up and talk with me.
Yeah, get up here.
You know, that was actually one of his top performing tweets on his whole account.
That's
Well,
not
yeah,
why we
because
tweet, Bach.
yeah, because the people love drama back. I mean, I could put out a tweet right now saying something about the end of the world or something about alpha or whatever. People love the drama. Humans are weird.
Bach, he does it for the engagement. You
Oh,
can
he loves
look at
it.
his timeline. He tweets whatever's popping.
But he's in
Whatever's
here
hot.
talking that talk
Yeah.
for the engagement. Come on, back. We know you by now.
I don't
Most
do
don't
anything
think
for
like that,
engagement. I'm a
That
builder here in
fishy
the space,
aroma came
Alpha.
smoking in here before you
Something
even came in.
stinks.
You know, every day I come here with my tool belt on. I have my hammer, my drills. You know, you guys come in here to speculate on the price. I'm actually here building the infrastructure.
No, I'm
you know?
sick of the. I just told you I'm done leverage trading. I hope everybody has learned from my mistakes because I continue to make the same ones. I was doing great, right? I woke up this morning. I had put in a short. I tried to stay up until 3 a.m. because last week everything was happening at 3 a.m, especially the big buys from Asia, right? So I'm staying up. Nothing's happening.
The big
3
buys from
o'clock in the
Asia?
morning, I put in a short. I wake up this morning, boom, Maddox at fucking 95 cents. I'm in the money, right? I'm finally back in the green. I say, hey, let's go. Flip it to a long. Now Maddox going from fucking
Alpha, have you ever
95
traded
cents
options?
back to adult. Let me finish my story, man. I'm killing it, right? It's fucking 7:30 in the morning and I'm killing it. Maddox gets to 99 cents and I say, all right, here we go. Back down. I go all in. I break my first rule, which is only invest the profits in your next trade. I go all in on the short, 30x leverage, $2 for my liquidation. Am I thinking clearly? No. I'm making it all back right now. Go to Twitter, schedule the space, say good morning to everybody, go back, check fucking no. We just kissed $1.03 and we kissed all that fucking money goodbye. Not even a buck back. Like, story of my life.
When you were telling that whole story, I just heard it in like Michael Douglas's accent with a giant cell phone by your ear. Like that was good.
Sell.
Yeah. Not a good. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it gets your heart going. But
why are you not trading options, Alpha? I feel like you're made for options trading.
No, I lost my ass on options before crypto. That's also why I'm here.
Oh shit. So there's a pattern of you losing your ass in trading
and still being here. What does that tell you?
Fuck. You got that infinite money printer, I see.
Doing something right. I don't know what.
Look,
I gotta look
Alpha,
at the blockchain.
At the end of the day, you know, I don't know if this is a safe time to buy here. Oh, Padrino, I see you have your hand up. Yeah, you gotta respect the Padrino.
You gotta respect Padrino. That's your fucking number one holder, bro.
Well, hold. What do you do? Padrino is a big bag here on Cro. Dude, like sometimes you don't really know what's going on here on Cro Alpha.
You got to respect everybody because you don't know who anybody is.
What's up, Pedrito?
What's going on, guys?
Ayo.
No buy advice, no financial advice, but banks give 0 interest, but BAC gives about 0.5% daily. Enjoy it.
Whoa, Pedrito, no financial advice here. Bach may go straight to zero. Please do not invest in Bach because Bach provides any sort of rate of return. So yeah, Pedrito, thank you for sharing that alpha. But yeah, Bach may go straight to zero. Do not invest anything into Bach. We don't need you to. Perfect low. Yeah, perfect low. Keep investing in your shit, Moonbirds. Yeah, perfect.
Well said.
Awesome.
Well said. Bob.
You were here telling me yesterday to invest in all your stuff.
Whoa,
Financial
troopers.
advice.
I didn't say anything like that. To anyone listening in, I don't know how I got here. I'm just a builder.
Probably added by a third
I'm
party.
not like Low.
Yeah.
Low buys, a bunch of rug projects like Invisible Friends. Literally bought an invisible NFT. Think about that one. So let's just keep
Where are we
Actually,
here? What are we doing here?
Bach's feeling under pressure by the man today. I think you've got like some psyops going on. You're worried that they're all watching.
Yeah, are
the
you
banks are
options trading,
crumbling.
Bach? What are you doing?
And look, Alpha, all I will say to your coincidence thing with the Fulcrum Finance and
tell us
Bach
about that.
Finance, I think one platform provides like financial freedom, and another platform does not. Like think about what's the track record here. Chronos Labs are doing all these IGOs. You got Vino, you got all these other I don't even know. I can't even keep up with all these different tokens that they've raised on that platform.
Doesn't Vino mean truth? Or no, it means wine.
I think Veritas means truth.
Yeah. But in Vino is Veritas.
Look, I just think that personally for me, I don't really participate in the IGOs on VVS because I bought my VVS when it had less zeros in it, and I just been thoroughly disappointed through my whole experience with VVS. And
but
for me,
they're giving us 60% APR on our XVVS.
Why is there even an XVVS Alpha? You don't even ask yourself these questions. Like, how do we get to the point where we have XVVS and then I don't know where someone's going to come out with XVVS?
Well, and they were trendsetters because they were the highest emitters before MMF came on the scene. And their solution was to create a new token that represents locked VVS and give you a rate of return on the token itself, meaning if you buy it, you swap it for VVS, no matter what happens to the token price, that XVVS will be worth more VVS when you are done with the stake. So everybody seemed to jump onto that.
You're saying that you staked your VVS and you received this XVVS token,
mm-hmm.
and then there's more speculative things behind this XVVS. So you're telling me you have a derivative of a derivative.
Yep.
And that derivative is making
a guaranteed APR in the original token. Yep.
I don't know.
I don't love it. I don't love it.
I don't know, Alpha. Like sometimes I just feel like Chronos and Crypto.com, they're playing this like very dangerous game of like having this like Crypto.com exchange regulated and everything is good. But on the other side, they're offering 25x leverage, offering derivatives of derivatives, and these complicated financial products to US
so you're
people
saying
like
this is Crypto.com offering them through surrogates?
I don't even think there's a separation anymore.
They're inseminating surrogate platforms.
I really don't think there's a separation anymore. Like when I see Crypto.com and the DeFi wallet listing dApps like TrollSwap, I lose confidence, Alpha.
Yeah, but TrollSwap had to make quite a stink on Twitter. They had to bitch and moan and yell at Ken. They were sounding like ITK up in this bitch. ITK.
I just lose confidence. Yeah, let's go to ITK because he has the hot take.
Yeah,
what's up, guys? Long time no speak.
Y'all doing well?
Not long enough.
I think I agree with back there. That would be uh, under MiFID regulation in the EU. That would be a reason why Crypto.com would need the information that they have asked for. Okay, but they do not need the information that they have asked for. Now, people seem to. Firstly, I don't understand what all the fucking fuss is about. I don't even know how many followers I have. How many followers do I have? Like 300 or something? 380 followers?
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Holy shit! This guy checks his followers every fucking minute. He's like,
shut up, Buck. This guy, I can't believe he only has 380 followers because he makes quite a splash when he throws his fucking.
I don't understand it either. Like, I mean,
you know what? Congratulations, ITK. I did a live stream on our channel at the Crypto Report yesterday, and you made it in there because I actually called out your tweet, and I disagreed with you, my brother. I you know what? I want to see them comply with regulation.
Oh yeah, so do I.
Oh, then we're all in agreement then. Very
Yeah,
good. Thanks for coming, everybody.
But
10
this
o'clock
isn't
on the dot.
this
Look at
isn't
that.
the regulation. You see, this is the problem. Like, you have a lot of people talking a lot about EU, AML, KYC, counterterrorism financing regulation, who don't know what they're talking about. I've been doing it for 14 years in the EU, practicing, and some of the opinions, and they are nothing more than that, are opinions, and it really, really shows you how a little bit of knowledge on a topic can be a very, very dangerous thing. Not often I agree with back. I think he's right there with the whole Fulcrum thing. I think that if Fulcrum is a CDC product, which I haven't been made aware of, but if it is, then they absolutely should and are entitled to ask for the personal data that they have asked for under KYC procedures for MiFID protocol investment instruments. If that's the case, but that is not the case that's been presented. The case that's been presented is, give us this information, right? We demand this information from you, or we are not going to allow you to make deposits to your fiat wallet, your fiat euro wallet, based on new regulation. That is not the case, and I don't know I'm sorry, I'm not CryptoKip. I'm not subscribed to your channel. I don't know what.
Oh, everybody's got to subscribe to the Crypto Report on YouTube.
Yeah, will do. Especially if I'm being called out. I don't mind
I
criticism.
called you out. I was gentle. You know, but I disagree.
But I mean,
you know,
do you mind me asking what your experience is with regulation of financial instruments in the EU?
I'm from America, baby.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, like, you know,
America.
And a lot of the responses I've got are from American people, Canadian people, and
America.
you know, it's a different jurisdiction with different regulation. This
the
is
land of bald eagle.
Yeah, this is a specific topic around a EU legislative regulation for financial services and financial instruments, and I just don't see how people don't see that. And it's not really the what the tweet was about. If I can't actually remember exactly what I said.
you called Cro shitcoin.
No, tell them what the
A
tweet
centralized
was
shitcoin, yeah, centralized shitcoin.
Yeah, because I was
and anti-crypto, more importantly. But nobody seems to have had an issue with that. I didn't get one response on that. Everybody seems to
with Crypto.com.
Well, it's just a mouthful to say that Crypto.com is anti-crypto. It's hard to explain that one to anybody.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
they gave them the
did you agree? Did you agree with the premise of Club Crow?
Yes, and here's the thing:
Yeah.
I wanted to let you know, and the listeners, I was being purposefully obtuse to represent Americans and how we deal with everything, not just Twitter. But you know, break it down for the listeners.
Well, I mean, like the whole idea behind Club Crow was to give the Crow fam a say in the Chronos chain and the crypto.org chain, really, but to decentralize the chain. And like people didn't buy it. So I sold the vast majority of my Crow. I thought to myself, like, look, this is, people may have a different investment thesis to what I have. I'm not that into centralized coins myself. I prefer decentralization over centralization any day of the week. And it left a bad taste in my mouth. And I kind of said, I don't think that I belong here. I did keep my DeFi stake. I didn't unstake that, and I did keep my Jade Green card. And I thought to myself, geez, I'll never sell my Jade Green card. Why would I do such a stupid thing? I'm getting cash back, so it's money I'm spending anyway. So I'm getting cash back in crypto. It doesn't really matter to me what crypto I'm getting it in.
Wait, then are the rumors true, ITK? Because I heard rumors that you were holding all your Crow on the Crypto.com app.
No, that is entirely untrue. I don't know where you heard that.
Oh, good. No. Thank God.
Yeah, but I did sell my Crow that I had staked for my J Green card, because if I don't comply with the demands that they've made, I'm not going to be able to fund my fiat wallet, which also means that I'm not going to be able to fund my my card wallet. So the card to me, with the demands that they're making, are useless. It's just a useless product that would sit in my wallet. They've stripped the rewards back to a position where I was kind of thinking to myself, it mightn't be the best investment anyway. And then, when they made a demand, which is outside of regulation, it's whether people like to think they know things about EU regulation and compliance. They may know it about American, they may know it about Canadian, they may know it about Australian or whatever. I've been doing this a while,
No,
so
I hear you, bro. So let me ask you a couple quick ones before Troops goes.
yeah, sure.
From a global perspective, so you're a DeFi guy. Everyone needs to hold their crypto, right? Own their keys, own their
Absolutely.
crypto for any of this to work, right?
Yeah. And
So,
I honestly think CDC's best product is the free one that they give to everybody in the Play Store or in the Apple Store, the DeFi
the
wallet. I
DeFi
think
wallet, yeah.
it's the only thing they've produced that is in any way close to being ahead of the game or market leading. I think anything that they had that was market leading, they got rid of. I think the decisions that they've made from a leadership perspective are, I don't even know the word.
Questionable at best.
I mean, I don't think that's saying anywhere near enough, to be honest.
I'm
To be honest with you, look, I've lost faith in CDC as a company. As a result, I've sold my coins. I honestly don't understand what all the hate is about, because firstly,
I think people are
they're my
confused.
coins.
I get confused
They're my
when I
coins.
hear
I'll
you.
fucking sell whatever I fucking
No,
want
I
to
know.
sell.
We don't want to see anyone. We don't want to see anyone selling out of emotion, out of that like
Oh no,
taking
it's
my
not.
ball and going home
Absolutely
vibe,
not an
or
emotional
like to
reaction.
cut off my nose to spite my face. Because like I was saying, it DeFi doesn't work without you holding that Crow, let alone the Chronos chain.
Well, I mean, if I see someone selling, a coin that I like and that I want to buy, who has it staked on the DeFi platform, if someone says, "Oh, I'm going to sell my bag," if it's a coin I like, I should be buying it, right? Firstly, so I'm getting it cheaper because someone else is selling it, and secondly, they're raising the interest rate on the crypto.org chain by unstaking their coins. So I mean, I really don't understand the logic of people on in the crofam, and that's not everybody. Look, there's a lot of people that I truly love and really enjoy in the Crow fam and who are invested in Crow. It's not a fucking shot at them whatsoever, and I'm big enough and bold enough to fucking defend myself. I don't
I
just
think that's my point, right? Is that
yeah.
it's hard for all of us to differentiate already between crypto.com, crypto.org, and Chronos and DeFi. But like Cro is both. And your emotional response is tied to the centralized
Well,
side of things.
it's not an emotional response. You know, it's like, I mean, some of the responses that I saw on it just really made me fucking scratch my head. Sure, it's just 3 clicks, you know, just click the buttons, you know. It's kind of go,
Okay,
what the
I had a question. I
fuck?
didn't know it.
He's got a magic.
I didn't know anything about this your tweet. Like you said, it's funny how you make a splash, but and you and I have talked a lot, and I've always agreed.
And I've
Like,
done
I
nothing
don't
to
believe
deserve
it.
that splash either.
Yeah,
Like, do you know what I mean?
yeah, I know. So
Like,
the decentralization, like, so what I was saying in my, like, I just did a morning coffee thing earlier, and someone mentioned it, and I mentioned it here. What I was confused about, and I think I know now, as to why, because I and haven't read all the comments. I don't even know what it is, but I just seen you got asked for this information from CDC. And what I was saying is, knowing you and knowing your feelings towards crypto.com and centralization, the same as I do,
yeah.
why were you surprised? Like, you
Well,
probably
because
weren't surprised. You're being asked this, like, yeah.
it wasn't that I was being asked to provide it. Firstly, it was being demanded. The
Okay.
service was
And
going to.
what was it being demanded? Like, why? Because I've never seen it. So what was, like? Why did the email come through? Was it just a generic email drop, or were you trying to do something and then they
No,
said,
no, it was
"Nah, fuck that."
generic for EU users. As far as I'm
Ah,
aware, I mean,
EU.
I wasn't doing anything out of the way, you know, that
Yeah,
would have been, you know,
Yeah, and I saw more than
flagged
one
or.
person. I
yeah,
saw
like
more than one
prompted.
person post it for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
cool. Yeah,
So
no,
I'm
I
guessing I
wasn't.
didn't get it because we
Well,
didn't
you're
get
in the UK,
directed.
you
That's what it
know,
was.
so your
Yeah,
own regulation, you know. Actually, and come to think about it, I heard Back mention just when I popped in there something to do with, you know, Silvergate and the SEN network. BCB in the UK, you'll be happy to know, troops. They're gonna have a kind of a stable coin network out in Q2 of this year, which is, like, I mean, realistically is only what, 3 weeks away at the earliest. So that's going to solve a lot of the banking issues that we're currently seeing in you know, institutions like CDC and like Binance and all the other exchanges, OKX or whoever. They're going to have um, basically an SEN network, a 24/7 transaction network, for stable coins. So, you know, if people think, you know, oh, we're being unbanked or whatever, the crypto industry is being unbanked, like, there's already a solution to it that's been worked on for the last 18 months to actually compete with SEN. BCB, look them up. They're not really a bank, but you know, they might as well be. But yeah, I mean, I don't.
I heard about this.
I understand the backlash. I understand people thinking, oh, you know, oh, look how arrogant he is and this kind of thing. It's not arrogance, it's experience. And I don't, you know, I don't. I mean, I've spoken to troops privately and Low and, you know, a lot of other people, Panther there, and, you know, about what I do for a living and, you know, what my position is and all of that. And, you know, I've been doing this shit a long time. You
I
know,
got totally rugged there. I don't know if my wife inconveniently called me right when you were giving your answer. Stupid idiot. But anyway, yeah. For me, I was just
and,
looking at going. It's interesting that I was just like, hey, I think you wouldn't get pissed about this because it's fucking crypto.com. They're always asking people for fucking stupid information because they're a centralized organization. But yeah, I guess I understand it a bit more now.
and it only clicked with me when Back mentioned that how Fulcrum may be a CDC kind of, I don't know what you'd even call it, some form of subsidiary. Um, that the information that they're asking for, like, people are like, oh, you get asked for that all the time. Like, not when you're opening a bank account. Do you know? That's the service I'm looking for. That's the
Yeah,
service I've
totally.
been being provided.
Yeah, and
That's the
it's
service that's
overkill
being changed,
because
and it's just
all of this, yeah, all this, you know, all these dollars we're bringing into crypto are through the banking system, which means you've already gone through this. If you put in more than
Oh yeah, I've
what?
KYC'd all over the place.
Yeah, and they ask you these questions at the bank if you try to put in large amounts of money.
Oh well,
Where did it come from?
yeah. I mean,
So
any
why do you?
transaction.
Yeah, why are we answering again?
Well, I mean, again, I don't know what the regulation is in the US. I know what it is in the EU. You know, if you make a transaction of over €10,000, you know, they're entitled to answer these questions. But if you make a transaction of €9,990, they're not entitled to ask the questions. Well, they're entitled to ask the questions, but you don't have to answer them. You know, so you know, people. It's just a little bit of knowledge that it just becomes a very, very dangerous thing, and you can see how it escalated so quickly. I don't know why people are so butthurt about someone selling their coins.
Oh, bro, people are just butthurt right now. So you are kicking a hornet's nest. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it's probably just timing.
yeah, we lost all of the gains
They
from
need a bad
January
guy.
and
They need a
February.
bad guy.
Everybody needs a bad guy, so they can point and say, "There goes the
Well,
bite."
ITK, that's my role. Okay.
Yeah, back.
Ah,
Yeah.
My role here.
Actually, yeah.
You
Someone
chill out. That's my
someone
title.
spit at back or something.
Jesus!
Whoa, spit at me.
Let's get
You're
crypto
not gonna
Kip.
spit at me. I may be the bad guy, but I'm like the
Personally,
Bond villain bad guy.
I couldn't care less if you sell your coins, right? To each his own, you know, you got to do what you got to do. That's for sure. But when you start talking about some of these things that a centralized entity, which is all it is, starts asking for, when they got their backs up against the wall. I mean, you're the expert on regulation, allegedly. I don't know your background, ITK, but I'll tell you, I don't know much about regulation. You know, and I would argue that a lot of people that think they do, just wait till some politician gets paid and the regulation changes, right? But at the end of the day,
Yeah, well, I mean,
CBC
it's
is just trying
legislative
to
at the
stay
end of the day.
afloat. They're just trying to stay afloat. And is this, you know, an over ask? Maybe. But are you really surprised? I mean, look at the days, and I've been in this thing since 2016 in crypto. I had Binance account. They shut down my Binance account. They said you had X amount of days to get your coins out of Binance. Poloniex. I was in Poloniex back in the day. X amount of days to get your money out of Poloniex. It's a story that we've seen so many
Well, I
times
mean,
where
you've seen it so many times because you live in the US, you know, and the regulation that you have to abide by, you know, it is subject to extreme change at the stroke of a pen with any piece of legislation. You know, I mean, that's the way
Or
your
fear
government
of,
works.
yeah, like they'll
It's
just
yeah, it's
preempt
the
it.
way your financial system works. You know, I don't know the regulation in the US. I don't pretend to know it, but I fucking know the EU. You know, I
Yeah.
know it inside out,
No, but you
upside
know
down and
what, guys?
backwards.
That's what's freaking me out right now. Is that the fear is what not just retail operates on, but a lot of these platforms and companies they will move on fear. And I was watching one of your videos this morning, Kip, and I saw that I think it was CoinDesk or someone put out the report yesterday that said, I think the title was Crypto.com struggles to find on ramps and
yeah,
off ramps, and it's like, who even writes that fucking article? Like, what is the fucking news story there?
it's the same thing
Struggles to
that they
find
did.
on ramps. Like, we're one of the few exchanges that are actually still operating right now. Like,
It's the same thing
But
at the
you know
FTX.
they are,
The
and
bankroll's
everyone
coming.
is. But every crypto exchange is struggling with
that's
on
my
and off
point.
ramps
That's
at the
my point,
moment. You
Puck.
know,
Is
they
the
all
fact
are.
that
You know,
they
you can
continue
change
to
the name of that to
single out.
Binance, and yeah. And
Yeah.
look, that's journalism is dead as well. Like, let's not beat around the bush. Like,
But ITK,
it's just
I
yeah.
got to ask you. So, my question to you is your issue really with crypto.com and this move that they're making because it's them, or is your issue really with the
No.
banks choking them at the neck and playing with their money?
No, I don't have an issue with, regulators clamping down on crypto. I mean, it was always going to happen. It happened before. Like, I mean, this isn't the first time. Like, let's not pretend that this is the first time. Um, this is Operation Choke Point 2.0. Like, you know, like Obama tried it. It didn't work. Now Biden's trying it. I don't think it'll work either because, I mean, people seem to have this ill-informed idea that when the US moves on something, everybody's going to follow. Well, like newsflash, they're not like. You know, the only effect, like people are shitting the bed about ETH being deemed a security. Like, I don't give a fuck if ETH's deemed a security. The only place that's going to be deemed a security is in the US. That doesn't affect me. I'm not in the US. I'm in the EU. So if it's deemed a security in the EU, well then yeah, now I have an issue. But like some legislation coming through the SEC to deem ETH a security, there's a whole other world out there, like outside of the US, and it just doesn't affect us in the same way that it affects ye.
No,
And
I
that's
hear
Well,
you.
it's gonna
that's
affect
down
the
to your
price.
It sounds like
regulators.
he's just anti-American.
It will affect the price,
That's-
yeah, but not the product.
That's what I'm getting.
The
What do you
product
think?
doesn't change. So, like, you know, like, I get like people are looking for someone to point the finger at and say, "Oh, this guy's a prick" or whatever.
I just
You know,
pointed at your tweet yesterday that you were upset that they're asking for some information, which that information sucks. Like, let's be real. But also, like, I'm pretty sure Coinbase asked me how much I make too, and
yeah,
like that
you're because
sucks.
you're in the US, man. You're under different regulation to us. They don't ask us
Yeah, I'm
that
used
here.
to it. But
Yeah, but
maybe unfortunately, maybe things are going to start changing. I mean, again, maybe you're the expert over there in the UK, and can you tell
I'm not.
like those of us that don't
EU,
know? I mean,
EU.
I know
I'm
some
not in the
people
UK. I'm in
understand what you
Ireland.
do, but like, what's your like? Do you have like a title or like what's your resume, bro?
Yeah, my title is PCF 1, 8, 12, and 15.
What?
PCF 1, 8, 12, and 15.
Yeah, Troopers isn't up here anymore, so none of us.
What
Does
the
that?
heck?
Can you like give us the layman's terms on that? Can you like tell
Is that your badge
we're-
number, ITK or something?
right?
No, they're my pre-approved control functions for financial institutions. So
Okay, so that's
they're
like your badge number then.
no, it's
Don't give me your badge number. That's American.
my functions within a financial entity regulated by a central bank.
All right.
So they're the
Pretty
functions
fancy.
that I'm responsible for. And PCF 15 for this argument would probably be the most relevant head of compliance with responsibility for anti-money laundering
Oh,
and
it's like a Series 7 or a
counter-terrorism.
Series 12? Like US
Right.
equivalent?
Again, I don't know the US regulation, but here we call it PCF's pre-approved controlled functions. It's basically what your responsibilities are within a financial entity.
Well, what we have here is a failure to communicate, and that comes from a bunch of things. But you know what I want to do, ladies and gentlemen? I want to check these goddamn charts. Believe it or not, as irony would have it, these numbers are brought to you by Crypto.com. Please, for the love of God, don't let them be your daddy. Let's see where Bitcoin's at. Are we over 20K? Nope. 19,830. ETH is holding at 1,400 even. Matic is at 98 cents, and I'm not touching it today. Atom, Cosmos Atom, my boo, look at that. $11. Standing out of the pack. They might even be on the leaderboard with a 1% gain. Let me see. Yep. Number 4 today with a 1% gain. Cosmos Atom. Thank God I got that staked. You guys, speaking of staking in the DeFi wallet, you can get 25% on your Atom in the DeFi wallet. So that's good. You can also stake it in a Kepler wallet and vote on Cosmos governance protocols. So I would recommend staking it in the Kepler wallet and getting your 25% there. Who else we got on the leaderboard here? Not a lot in the green. Hashflow, Pax Gold Pax Gold, number 2, and Kava and Osmosis is up here, but they're down 2%. So, Blood in the Streets. Do we have support at 19.5? It looks like it. What's up, ITK?
Yeah, I just have to respond to a tweet there on your what you call it on the space. It's just not true. I'm in the EU and I got the same request from Binance weeks ago. Yes, because Binance offers MiFID regulated financial instruments. CDC do not. Like people need to get this through their fucking head. When you're
Like
opening a
leverage
bank
trading.
account, it's a different thing to open a leverage account or a fucking
Right.
What did
investment
ITK?
account.
What did they ask you for when you opened the CDC account? Did you have to take a picture of yourself, of your ID?
When I opened the account in the first
Yeah.
place. Yeah,
So,
picture with ID.
Okay, then
yeah.
what's the
here's
then
where
what's the
here's where you can
proof
compare
of
it to.
address
okay? But
verification
then
as well.
and now they're asking you, why can't you just lie to the questions? How much money do you make a year? $1
Because
million.
it's
Who gives a fuck?
but-
They already got your ID and your
because
address.
it says that the
Your picture.
information because it says in the email that the information needs to be verified.
But they already got your ID and your picture. Like, what's the issue
Yeah,
giving
but how do I
them?
verify my annual income and my employment status?
I guess.
How are they going to
No.
verify it?
Well, no,
So
I have
they
to send
already
them a
have your.
payslip or a P60, don't I? Or
Did they ask for
you
that?
know,
I would challenge you. I'd say, well, you know what? You don't want to do it. Never mind. But
with
it'd
the
be good to
exception of
see
withdrawals,
somebody who
services
did.
for your EU fiat wallet will be temporarily paused if the information is not verified by April 6th. That's
So
what it
it's the
says.
EU going
And,
after exchanges, right? So why
yeah,
not comply with EU?
as if they were leverage trading. That's the thing, and that's what I'm hearing from ITK. And I hope I'm finally
Yeah,
picking
I
up
mean,
the
I don't
specifics.
understand. I
Is
don't
that like
understand. But you see, this is the thing. It's down to a lack of understanding of what people are actually fucking talking about. Like, people have just seem to have gone off on a tangent on, oh, it's just KYC. Well, it's not for a bank account. Oh, it is. You don't understand KYC. Listen, I fully understand KYC.
well? Here's
And
the
I'm
problem.
just being told. I'm being told by I don't know what these people do, but I don't think they do the same thing that I do.
Well, this has been
And
a
I
big
know what I'm
issue.
fucking talking about.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
we know you know what you're talking about, and a lot of people don't. I think we're all in agreement there. One of the big issues that we've had in crypto in general for the past year is this lack of compartmentalization. Right? There was commingling of funds with FTX between the leverage accounts and the non-leveraged accounts, which means that people that weren't taking any type of risk ended up getting liquidated just the same as the people that were taking risk. And in some cases, the riskier people actually got to withdraw their funds because they were more on top of shit and they were there every day and didn't get liquidated like the retail traders. Now we've got what ITK is going through, where crypto.com in the UK is trying to make
The EU.
EU.
I'm not in
Excuse
the
me.
UK.
One of us is gonna get it right. They're gonna fucking basically make you jump through the same hoops as if you were leverage trading, even if you're not, which is also gonna make people feel fucking shifty. Look at how ITK feels.
Yeah, Alpha, I
But
have
like
a VPN. When I
nobody's
bought that
solving the problem.
VPN, I said, shoot, if I'm going to get a VPN, I'm going to go to the crypto.com exchange and check. And you can go from the crypto.com app and log directly into the crypto.com exchange. And the new crypto.com exchange is banned in America, which is why they haven't been bugging us for this stuff. But in the EU, the new 3.0 Gen 3 exchange has perpetuals trading and futures trading right on it, available for everyone who has a crypto.com main phone app. So
Bing, bing, bing.
maybe it's just to
Exposure.
cover their ass? I don't know.
I would believe so.
Yeah, and is this crypto.com just putting out criteria because they want to put out criteria to protect themselves from somebody who's not knocking on, so from no actual threat? Or are they doing this because somebody's saying, hey, you need to do this for a reason? I don't think they're just willy-nilly doing something. I don't know who's on their door knocking saying, hey, you need this, but I don't think they just invented like, I have an idea. Let's just come out with some other restrictions and some questions that people need to answer because we have this exchange because we're worried about regulation. I think somebody specifically, whether you know them or not, ITK, is knocking on their door. Probably some kind of banking partner saying, hey, you're offering these products in the UK and you need to ask your customers this criteria. And maybe crypto.com said, well, we don't want to, and they said do it or else. I mean, who knows? We don't know those partnerships that are going on. Maybe it's not
And that,
regulation. Maybe it's a banking partner dealing with regulation fears.
Yeah, I
it
think
may
we can
well be,
kind of hit on that.
like, and it may well just be preemptive. But what I use the crypto.com app for is for funding my fiat wallet so that I can basically spend money I was going to spend anyway and get Crow for cashback. Like, that is the purpose of the CDC wallet for me. I don't use it for trading activities. I don't use it for leverage trading. I don't use it for any of them things. So the products that I've been asked to KYC, which isn't actually KYC for, are non-applicable to me. And as a result of that, the service of getting cash back for my spending is going to be denied. So why would I hold coins staked for a card that I can't use it for the purpose I invested in it for?
Yeah,
So,
so that's
like,
the issue. Is that it
you
made the
know,
card,
so
yeah,
it's made the card obsolete for me.
worthless.
So I
Yep.
sold my Crow. Do you know, I don't see what the issue is there.
No,
I don't
I
see
don't
what,
think
and
anyone
I
else
don't
is
see what the
taking the
big
time to understand where you're coming from. You know, if you listen to
and
what you're saying,
I don't see why. Yeah, I don't see why there's such a. I don't see why it's such a big deal that I've done it. Like,
Here's and this is probably not the right question to ask, but I'm going to ask it. I want to ask it anyway because I'm just kind of curious what the answer is. I mean, personally, let's say there's a product I want to use and I really want to use it just like you do. You really like this product, you really like that use case, you really like that feature. Well, now there's a new stipulation and I got to tell them a little bit of detail. And okay, you got to verify it. Why not? I mean,
well,
I
yeah.
personally don't
Oh,
have
okay.
anything to
Yeah.
hide.
Okay.
I'm not,
So
hiding anything
I
behind
get
a
where
curtain.
you're coming from. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. My issue, like, this isn't like just like, oh, they asked me 3 or 4 questions and I'm gonna sell all my coins as a result. Do you know what I mean? That's not what this is. This is just the last straw for me on crypto.com's consistent failings for the last 2 years. They've moved the goalpost on basically everything that, I invested in personally. They've made an absolute shit show out of every drop they've done. They don't see they I have lost faith in the company. And as a result, the coin. So, like, why would I invest in something where I have no faith in the leadership of the company, of the centralized entity that has such a great control over that coin?
yeah, no, and I
I
think
can
the
respect that.
interesting subject that we can still get into is how we can be disappointed with the centralized entity and still invest in Crow and build with it on Kronos, which is what we're doing right
I
now.
tried to do that, but I couldn't break the relationship
Hey,
in
the
my
rest
head.
of us are still still cracking at it. Let's hear from Ball Out and then Joe. What's up, guys?
Yo, I just came up here, man, lighten the mood, play a little bit of music, man, and I guess tell y'all
Oh, God bless you, bro. I
my
couldn't even
man,
I
like,
couldn't
I
pull off
love
one song this morning.
crypto.com. Like, hold on real quick. Crypto.com provided the opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of us in the Web3 spaces could care less about like financial aspects, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a plus, you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm more in it for the opportunity and the community building, man. Like, I'm sure that's why we all here. We not all here just because crypto.com is promising us $1 million. Like, you got to look past that. We all came to, you know what I'm saying, the crofam in the Twitter spaces, you know what I'm saying, to share and build with you know what I'm saying, people who collected the projects, you know what I'm saying, that we was collecting so that we can motherfucking do shit together for real, for real. I think a big problem for real is that we all are expecting more is out of like the company instead of like trying to put into it. You know what I'm saying? Especially like from a financial aspect. You know what I mean? Like they can only make as much money as they bring in, and like I'm trying to like.
If they hadn't moved the goalposts 4 or 5 times already, I wouldn't have an issue. To be honest with you,
No, I understand because like
I'd suck
I
it.
have
I'd suck it
issues
up.
with the crypto.com platform myself. Like is not making it easy for uncurated artists to get out here. No exposure, right? You know what I'm saying? Like it's all on my back to like push my project and make, you know what I'm saying, it known in the space where people ain't trying to hear that shit.
It's almost like they don't want the responsibility of it either. Like, I mean, when anytime you hear Chris do an interview, he's always pushing people to the DeFi wallet. Almost kind of, get out of here and get out of the crypto.com app, because I don't want the responsibility of you being here. But at the same time, I'm going to offer you products within it, and I want you to buy your stuff within it as well. Like I was a card holder. They changed the rates, then they changed the perks, then they changed the stake rates again, then they changed the cashback amounts. Now they've changed the AML requirements.
No, I understand, but I completely understand your financial aspect.
So that to me,
it's
just
you know what I'm saying?
just
You should
it's
get
just too
no
much
backlash from you trying to make a responsible financial decision. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You know what I mean? But like me, I'm still in the Cro on the Chronos blockchain you know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna promote my project because that's where I'm building. And it's like I can figure out aspects to make my project more like more in depth than they ever could. And it's like I'm not dependent on what they're doing on their platform. I'm just going to use their platform as a way to, get exposure to people who are on that platform. That's what we all should be doing. It's nothing wrong with how they want to hold.
Don't we want everyone in DeFi? Don't we want Chris to push everyone to DeFi?
I say since crypto.com supports crypto
no alpha no is the answer to that.
People to DeFi, but we want people to be a part of all these aspects. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna be a part of anything financially, you got to realize that it's gonna be centralized at some point. You know what I'm saying? It got to be somebody with the most money in there that's carrying the weight. You know what I'm saying? Like you
and look, I'm
ignorant of that.
That's not what I'm not debating that at all, man. That's not where I'm coming from at all, and I agree with you fully there. I don't think crypto.com are capable of what the crofam think they are.
But they don't need to be, honestly. You have to realize that onboarding people is what's gonna be the most important thing, bro. And like them getting
how are they gonna onboard them, and how are they gonna onboard them into Cro?
Let me finish this idea. If they bring the people here to get exposure to the knowledge that we're bringing, and we're the proper shepherds when they get here, then you know what I'm saying, we can carry the so-called sheep into actual like financial responsibility and all of that, then that's good. That's a great opportunity. I say at least our community is attempting to build in that direction. That's why I tap in and try to get some knowledge, you know what I'm saying, on the financial aspects. But honestly, hold on, let me bring it back real quick, because I was trying to say Web3 is not only the financial aspect, you know what I'm saying? Creators coming here to, you know what I'm saying, build and get exposure for their projects, for opportunities they never had, you know what I'm saying?
And can you tell me one single project in this room that has gotten exposure from CDC?
Yo, the Loaded Lions, you know what I'm saying? And I say,
that's their project. I'm talking about an independent project.
I say, even though it's their project, I say, it is something that brought us all here. I'm a co-host, cool. I do that. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm struggling to find.
You can have your opinions, positive or negative, you know what I'm saying, for crypto.com, but that's not what's holding us here. That's not the glue. I would even say it's kind of
the biggest utility of crypto.com at the moment is crofam.
That's us. What are we doing? We're complaining. Like, stop complaining, let's build. Like, that's
but I'm not crofam anymore. I don't own any Cro.
Yo, that's why I made this song to encourage.
I can't mute all that. I made him
we can create our own waves, yo. You know what I'm saying? We can push our own movements in the community if we support each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
for real, for real. I'm
real.
gonna play the Loaded Lions anthem for y'all.
Drop that shit, and then we're gonna go
let's go.
Joey,
Let's get it.
and then Hank.
Good vibes. I love everybody. I even love Martek. That's my dog. Y'all know where we came from, man. Crofam OGs. Let's get it. I'm a loaded lion. I just be rolling, riding. All of my goals are high. I'ma keep going, trying. All of my goals are flying. So I'ma keep sweeping. I'ma keep reaching. Big wins in the deep end. I am a loaded lion. I'm gonna go just island. Covered in sapphire and diamond. In the warm tropical climate. Big lion feet, I'm smiling. When I'm more loud and I'm violent. King of the blockchain and I'm silent. With a cyber is my sidekick. Let me go and check out this white list. Can my lion pride come in? You already know who I'ma come with. 21 dealer red falcon. Yeah, I'm a loaded lion. Crystal and gold and diamonds.
Bro, you gotta email me this. I can't hear it good still.
You ain't know, now you know it. Got a purpose out of my phone and into the space to my phone. Yo, that's the Loaded Lions anthem, man. Y'all know that thing on Open Sea. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pin it up top, man. You know what I'm saying? Go support and be decentralized. God damn it. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
You know I'm not trying to get freebies up in here. Everybody needs to mint it, but I got to get it on some bigger speakers, bro. You got to email me that shit. That's the second time we put... What's up with my throat? Joey, go ahead.
Hey, guys. So to chime in on pieces and parts of the conversation, yes, the U.S. is trying to push out and be the leader of the pack, but once again, I think the U.S. regulations are going to find themselves being an overburden. And when they see that these other countries are able to facilitate protection and utilization of the crypto market, they are not going to sit back with the overburdening of the system and the regulations. They will adapt to the other countries. So, you know, it's like any other product, it's a race to zero. What is the least amount of burden that you can provide or impose on someone and still get your product out there and make a profit? Going completely sideways, if you look up on top, you will see that the Art of Nick Taylor Chronoballs collaboration auction is today. I believe there's going to be a space at 6:15 Eastern time that'll kick off the auctions, and our guy Cromorphs is minting right now, and hopefully he can mint out during the auction. If so, he is going to be donating, I believe, 10% of his proceeds to the Chronoballs charity. You guys, remember, take a step back, take a breath, find something that makes you happy. If arguing is what makes you happy, knock your happy ass out. But there's better ways to find that peace and happiness. Joe Q, stepping back.
Hey, thank you, Joey. Hank is up. What's up, Hank?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Not too much.
I was listening. I caught, I think, like a good portion of the conversation. But I'm in the shower, so give me a break if I missed anything. So my thought process is kind of swayed, I guess. Um, I don't necessarily. If Crypto.com were to throw a bunch of money in Crow right now, that would be a stupid fucking waste of money for them. So I don't think anybody should expect them to, do any buybacks of Crow or anything like that. Maybe a burn, sure, but putting money into the actual token right now would be stupid. Onboarding users into Crypto.com, cool, that's great, but they need to have a browser app or a actual website app, not just on the phone. One, two, they don't do any type of realistic, like useful marketing for Crow. But even if they did, that doesn't mean that the small guy like me or any of the projects that come in and talk in here, we wouldn't benefit from that at all anyways. They'd just be funneling it into VVS or any of the Kronos Labs accelerators that are rugging right now, or the different Kronos Labs projects out there. They don't give a chance for the small guys. So I don't really think it would make a difference for you and I either way. It would just benefit them, and they would only do things that they deem are good or not. That beside the point, I would still like to see them market, because maybe 10% of the people that they funnel into the big conglomerates or the monopolies that they're creating might branch out. They could do other things, but in general, it's not going to solve the biggest problem. Is that you go to a different network, you don't see the chain only supporting 2 projects or 4 projects or maybe at most 10 projects.
What
Our
does
chain is
effective
the most
You just
advertising
centralized
look
fucking
said
like?
you
chain I've
don't
ever
see
seen.
Come on
you
now.
don't see them you don't see them doing any
We got
meaningful
hands up
marketing.
here.
They
I was
just
like,
spent $700 million on the Staples
I
Center.
got this. I got this. That's what I was gonna say.
Now, marketing for Crypto.com, yes. Marketing for Kronos, no.
Yeah, what does effective Kronos advertising look like? That was my question. Hank, what do you think?
My bad.
Well,
Effective Chronos advertising. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah,
man.
Go ahead.
I think they do a good job, man. I was playing 2K with my dog, and like since they bought that Stable Arena, and like bro, he be
Yeah, but
talking to
like
me
Hank's
about
saying,
crypto
that's
now. Like
crypto.com though. Like,
that's
where's our Kronos advertising?
no, I
yeah.
feel
Uh,
you on that. No, I feel you on that. I
You go
think
if
that
you go to
I
if
think
you go
that
to Crypto.com right
being
now, other than a tiny ass link, they don't tell you about Kronos. Maybe on the card section where they're like, okay, you get Crow, but that doesn't tell me anything. It's not substantial. They
I
don't
think
have any direct
I think
marketing to it.
Chronos should do advertisement for Chronos, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
but Kronos is only going to advertise 5 to 10 projects that they make money off of or that they've hedged their bet into. Kronos doesn't give a shit about you and I or growing in that
But
sense.
do you give enough care enough about your project to put out an ad? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm
Yeah,
on.
I just spent 20 grand on marketing, but I
Good job.
marketed
That's what we all should
after
be
I
doing,
announced
man. Like
going to
we
different
shouldn't be
networks.
dependent, bro, because like Ethereum ain't gonna do shit for you neither. You know what I'm saying? Just
Well,
saying.
yeah, but if you are a Kronos specific project right now, and you are specifically like a token or a DEX platform or an NFT marketplace, even Ebisu, who has been here forever and sort of gets recognition, even them, like, they get shafted. And if you're marketing solely to Kronos right now, you might as well just take your wallet outside, put some fucking gasoline on it, and light it on fire. Because that's all I would be doing if all I tried to do was market to the Kronos chain. I didn't spend a dime for marketing in the last 8 months, other than organically marketing, which is still, useful. We still want to help the Crow fam. We want to bring liquidity in. But doing paid marketing as a separate project on this chain right now is stupid. It is a waste of money, because all of the real traffic is just going to be funneled into 5 or 10 projects, and they don't support enough of the little guys, whereas all the other chains at least give the opportunity for growth for the little guys.
Yeah, I'm with you. Greg, what's
I have
up?
I have to chime in, man. I have to chime in just on that point, right?
Jesus.
There's Kronos ambassadors being paid to plug projects.
Wait,
Yeah,
I
I
thought
had
all
to
those
pay them.
ambassadors were unpaid.
They're unpaid.
Well,
They are unpaid.
every single one of them.
Is unpaid.
Who
Well,
said that?
now I've had to pay ambassadors to talk about my project. You know, they
Yeah,
don't just
There's
randomly do
so
it.
but from the Kronos chain, like Kronos, just like the straight up Kronos team, those are unpaid.
Right, which is also kind of ridiculous. I mean, even
Hey, I
being
want
a
them
small
building,
project.
not promoting.
I don't
Building.
know about that.
I
I think you
promote
need to
my
dig a little
project.
deeper.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all just stay building. You know what I'm saying?
Gray, what's
I
up,
would
bro?
rather see them introduce, you know,
But
an ambassador
what
program to me.
what the Kronos chain are doing, right, is using the crofam as the guinea pigs, right? And they're getting the likes of Schwiz, who came out with Abyssus Bay, to develop basically an entire NFT marketplace, okay? And then Kronos chain and CDC sit back and see if it works, see if it's successful, and then they fund their own project through Kronos Labs in order for the next bull run. Oh, why would you use Abyssus Bay? That's DeFi, man. Use the trusted platforms that the Kronos chain trusts and
Exactly.
that CDC trusts. So they're not doing this for our benefit. They're using us as guinea pigs, right?
Yo,
And
we choose to like use them platforms, yo. Like it's all a choice. It's
yeah, but
all
you're
a
talking.
choice.
Well, it's
Like
it's
if
not
I
a
was,
I'm
hold
not.
on, hold
I'm
on,
it's
not.
hold
not
on,
a
stop.
choice.
Because hold on, let me say this real quick. Because really,
3,
Gray,
It's not.
2,
It's
1.
it's not. It's
we
not.
should have went to Gray. We should have went
I'm
to Gray a
fucking
minute
muting
ago.
everybody.
But
All
I
right.
say like when we support, we not supporting like we supporting each other. When we see these projects drop, I support the project because I made a connection with that person. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm supporting. You know what I mean? Gray, you had your hand up, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Let's respect that. My bad, Alpha.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to expand on earlier. You know, like it's like the Kronos chain and the active members and builders and founders are such a small group of people, man. Like we're talking about a couple thousand compared to Ethereum where you have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people building projects. I think that like being on this chain this early and building your project on it alone is like advertising in itself. But I do agree that Kronos could put some money into advertising the DeFi chain.
I'll comment real quick on what the previous thing that was said is, and I fully support crofam. I am part of this. I have been building for a year. I love this chain. I hope it is successful. I wish it was different. I hope it becomes different. But hedging your bet on this chain right now as a small project or as a builder, you are going to go bankrupt as a company before you are successful the way that it's set up right now. In the rebuttal to what you said of it is a choice, it is a very small choice, and it is a manipulated choice for new people coming in because they are immediately funneled to Kronos Labs projects that are not the best on the chain. They do not offer the most features compared to Ebisu and the guys who have been building for years or months or whatever. But those other platforms are not given the same chance or the same opportunity as the ones that have been purposely built by Kronos Labs after there was already good solutions out there that they could have been working with for their benefit, where they make the fees from it and they're essentially building products after they see what works, like you said, to get their own benefit
Can
from
I
it. They're not
respond? I
helping
think you
us
made a
as
point,
builders.
but I'd like to quickly respond. I'd like to clarify a couple issues. You know, Cro and Cro Labs, we admit that Cro Chain is slightly centralized. I don't really understand what the point is here. Is it because it's too centralized, in your opinion, that they're benefiting themselves? or you think it's an issue of corruption, that it's okay that it was centralized in this way, but you think that it should basically spread the wealth. Which one?
I don't think it's corrupt in a sense. I think it is just made to be an uphill battle for regular builders versus people that they think are
So to
adept
clarify
or the
again,
same
it's
teams that they
okay
keep
that
partnering.
the chain is centralized in this way, but it's not okay that there's this power, I guess you call it imbalance. Is this correct?
Yeah, I would say the monopolistic ideas that they have toward partnerships and things like that is
Can I
the
just
biggest
quickly reply
detriment
then?
for builders.
So if this is really the issue, the fact is, in our mode of thinking, everyone attempts to be a monopoly. Everyone knows that, right? I mean, if you're big and you have a treasury, you attempt to be a monopoly. You monopolize the market space. You monopolize what you think you can make money on. I don't think anyone would disagree with me on that one, right?
But that's how we was raised, Jimmy. They raised us on Monopoly. You know?
The game?
Yeah.
Well, let me quickly respond to that. I should say this. Do you actually know?
Can I jump in, Alpha?
No,
'Cause
hold
I
on,
gotta
hold
go.
on. Just hold
I
on.
gotta go. I
Christ,
gotta
Oh,
go.
Jesus.
hold on.
Don't
Just-
worry, you guys. We're
Alpha.
going late today. My
Alpha,
wife
do you know
left
what?
already.
Alpha, do you know what the purpose with the? Because you actually know that Monopoly was created by someone. It was originally called landlords. Would you know what the
I did.
meaning of the game was? Like, if you could say it in one or two sentences, what the purpose of the game to teach us was?
Well, I thought some guy named Milton Bradley made it.
No, it was a
I'm
lady
way off.
actually made the game.
All right.
The reason why she made the game, she wrote it in her memoir too, was to satirize how people, essentially in this case, use real estate. But once you own a lot of real estate, if you don't pay rent, you go to jail. That there's always this urge for people to take everything and make everyone pay just so they can use it. But the only
It's a
person who
rat
really,
race. Jim.
yeah, the only person who really benefits from this is the one who owns everything. The fact is that Crow has power. They're going to use that power and they're going to try and make money. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with it. If you're looking for a chain where that power imbalance doesn't exist, there aren't many. Even the Ethereum Foundation has
Thank
these
you,
issues
Jimmy.
too.
Bro, that's exactly what I was trying
And
to say. to you.
I'll
Like,
quickly
that
say,
struggle,
just to
and
give
then
a
it's worse. It's
yeah,
even
just to
worse.
give you a
You know what I'm saying?
contrasting example, right, for the Ethereum
say
Foundation.
ITK had his hand up
Yeah,
for a minute.
Let me
You
just
know what I'm saying,
let me just
Jimmy,
quickly
bro.
say
But I
this
think
though.
y'all made y'all
Let me just
point
quickly
pretty
say this, if
clearly
you don't
already,
mind.
bro.
Let me just quickly say this. The Ethereum Foundation owns a large token stakes in every single rollup. And of the 12 top rollups, 9 of them have token stakes of 10 to 20% from the Ethereum Foundation, which essentially they incubated. This would be Optimism, Arbitrum. At the ETH Denver in 2021, they admitted that. I remember when Optimism was up on stage, and someone asked, "Isn't it quite centralized? And essentially, you're incubated by the ETH Foundation. They own a large token stake. It doesn't seem very fair." I said, "Well, yeah, we're centralized, but you have many centralized solutions to choose from, so it's decentralized." Again, they used it. They're making a lot of money. The whole structure of ETH 2.0 is to benefit the ETH Foundation. And in that power imbalance, there's no way a non-ETH backed, ETH Foundation backed rollup is going to fucking stand a chance in competing with all these ETH backed rollups.
That is a very interesting take, Jimmy. Thank you. Let's go Gray, and then ITK is fired back up.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, ITK has hand up first.
Damn.
No, that's cool, man. Go ahead. I do have to run though.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, mine was real quick. I just wanted to expand on, I feel like anybody who's building a project as a small person or just like, one person, like starting a team, building a team, even just like an artist trying to break out, like it's always an uphill battle. I feel like, as a musician, man, like my entire career has been an uphill battle so far. I think it's going to continue to be that, just like, for the rest of life. I feel like if you're not climbing to reach the top, then like, what goals are you setting?
Bro, this
Well
is why
said.
artists prevail.
Can I reply to that if you don't
That's
mind?
great mentality to have, brother.
Can I just quickly reply to that if you don't mind?
Sure thing, Jimbo.
Sure. You try to make a point that it's good to fight an uphill battle because maybe at the top you'll see something. But what usually happens is when someone gets to the top, they actually discover there are mountains behind them.
That's exactly what I was saying, is that there is no top. Like, it's just a continuous climb. Like, you know, if you're trying to be the best, or you're trying to be well known at something, you gotta continue to put out content. You gotta continue to
and there's
build
nothing
something
wrong
better
with
than the
that,
next one.
man. Like that's you
But
gave me the
let me
push.
just quickly respond to that, if you don't
No,
mind. Can I just
absolutely
quickly
not,
respond to
Jimmy.
that?
That was beautiful. Everybody really doing a great job today. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. You got to drink that water. You got to brush your teeth. You got to own your keys. You got to own your crypto. This is DeFi, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't ever forget that shit. Don't tell your seed phrase to anyone. Why would you do such a thing? That's all your NFTs and crypto out the window. Pen on paper, you write that shit down. Put it in a safe or put it someplace safe, and then show somebody else how to do this shit, because it ain't easy. And guess what? I found my favorite song. Perseverance, ladies and gentlemen. Check the tapes. I've been looking for it this whole damn time. So tweet out the room, and let's act like this is the beginning of the show. This one is for y'all.
Well, then got a big sound called Island Thunder, strike you like lightning and roll like thunder. Big up Bulldog, them and DJ Cartel, Rasta was a Rastadi. Is that nice sing it Ira Slyly? Squeeze it! Huh. Confident in you, it's that Island Thunder can't suffer. Enemies trying them up there, scatter and clatter and clatter. Yeah, hey, murder them sound boy, yeah. Them this Island Thunder and get to run away. Hey, murder them sound boy, yeah. I would not come to partial no sound boy. Hey, kill like them bumper. Yeah, a Babylon start is a wildfire. Hey, murder them never in class, yeah. Island Thunder, you watch me now. Bulldog, another fraud, you know. Them this cartel, I know them going down. Marcus prophesy, head I go roll. So take it to them all. Hey, Rastos, uptown. Can't go downtown, you know. And all country people, the love of this town. Means of survival of loving. Nice listen, now make a sex man, but I'm sorry. And I bless me. Nothing but sound can this way. Bless me. Island Thunder, no mercy. Yeah, we come to kill all them bumpers. Island Thunder, no afraid and no sound. Murder them every. Yeah, hey, take it in them bad rascal. Hey, watch them now. Hey, look at the youth them. Watch them. Island Thunder, bust the music and shot them. And give it the girls them. And make us slap them. And when Mr. Slap them, no, they now beat them. Good, I go suffer for bad. If they say I'm mad, don't make it get bad like over Baghdad. When politics fail and religion fail, Island Thunder we here. So murder them every. Yes, Island Thunder kill them forward and come forward alone. Big up yourself, Bulldog, to the DJ Cartel. Rasta, sing and do remember. Get your some fire toes and taddy. Don't ever make we get maddy. Or else, we're not to change the fabric. Like bumper. They want to go downtown. I know be a crowd, I know. But if it's Island Thunder, no one not go in the town. Marcus prophesy, head I go roll. I kill some
Boom, Clyde. Yo, happy Friday, everybody. Lots of love, Cro fam. Go out there and kill it today. You know we're going to be back here at 420. Peace.